Hey everybody, the Swag Chef here with another weapon review. Before we begin, if you're watching this video before the reset on Tuesday, January 18th, go to Xur. He is selling a pretty good roll on Timeline's Vertex, a top tier fusion rifle for PvP. I did a review on it not too long ago, so feel free to check it out. Today, we're going to be talking about the Void fusion rifle from the dawning Glacioclasm. Now, I played around with many rolls of Glacioclasm, old and new. One of the things that interested me about it coming back this time was that it could roll with Backup Plan. Backup Plan was my favorite perk when it was able to quick swap your weapon and it still dealt full damage. However, since it was nerfed, it has kind of fallen to the wayside for me. This is only the second time that we have seen Backup Plan roll on a non-sunset high-impact fusion, the first being on the Trials weapon Exile's Curse. I wanted to see how charge time and damage would be affected when stacked with some other charge time modifications. Prepare yourself for some numbers. A lot of my base values I got from the Weapon Massive Breakdown, which is an excellent resource for comparing TTK and other weapon data. I'll link it in the description below if you want to check it out. So we all know high impact frames have a base charge time of 1 second, which is pretty abysmal. So we're talking 1 second for the actual charge and then even more time on the tail end to get all 5 bolts out. With everyone using 140 RPM hand cannons and high impact pulses, you're looking at average TTKs of 0.67 and 0.87 seconds, and those are just primary weapons. A lot of specials have that immediate kill, snipers and shotguns. Taking into account the time for all 5 bolts to leave the weapon, at base, every single primary has a better optimal TTK than Glacioclasm. To get around this, you have to use cover much more efficiently and master pre-charging. My goal was to try and get Glacioclasm to a place where you wouldn't be crippled by a lengthy charge time. So as I said, base charge time is 1 second. Accelerated coils and a charge time masterwork both individually take off 0.033 seconds, with Backup Plan applying a multiplier of 0.8 to the charge time, essentially making the charge 20% faster. Now, with either accelerated coils or a charge time masterwork, charge time goes down to 0.967. That's either or. This brings the base damage per bolt down to 61 from 63. Having both accelerated coils and masterwork on at the same time puts charge time at 0.933 seconds and damage at 60. Backup Plan just by itself takes charge time to 0.8 seconds and 50 damage. Once you start stacking things, you see a little more benefit, but I found that it comes with some very noticeable drawbacks. If you use Backup Plan and either accelerated coils or a masterwork, charge time goes to 0.774 rounded and 49 damage per bolt. This puts total damage at 245 per burst, securing a 4-bolt kill on most Guardians with 196 damage. The next logical step is to stack every single thing, right? I spent a long time farming for a Glacioclasm with all 3. The Masterwork, Accelerated Coils, and Backup Plan. The reward from that farm was very disappointing. When you stack on all 3 charge time reductions, charge time goes to 0.746 and damage down to 48 per bolt. What we've essentially done is we've taken Glacioclasm back to the original high impact frame numbers. The issue with this is that old high impact fusions shot 7 bolts. So 48 per bolt meant that it was usually a 4-bolt kill, sometimes 5, but that was fine because you had 2 bolts of wiggle room. Now, high impacts shoot out only 5 bolts, meaning that against higher resilience Guardians, otherwise known as every single Titan, you have absolutely zero room for error. you have to hit all 5 bolts in order to secure the kill. Here's some more bad news. Even with stacking all of that charge time reduction, you still will get outcharged by every other fusion archetype in the game. My .746 charge time is still slower than Precision's at .74. My conclusion is that trying to lower the charge time on Glacioclasm, or any other high impact fusion for that case, is a waste of time. I tricked out Glacioclasm as much as possible. I put in a new engine, got a new exhaust, and all that did was allow me to compete with the base level of other fusions. It has worse consistency than other archetypes due to only shooting 5 bolts. You would think there should be somewhere it shines over other archetypes, right? Not really. The range on my roll caps out at around 19.5 meters before experiencing damage fall off. My timeline's Vertex has more range than that, and I have it spec'd out for stability, not even range. Yes, you have more damage to reach out a little farther, but all fusion rifles still experience very severe damage fall off, which makes the extra range from that extra damage pretty negligible. The short and sweet of it, my OG Glacioclasm roll pre-nerf is still the one I prefer to use post-nerf. Stacking consistency with under pressure, arrowhead brake, and manipulating the mag size with ionized battery and a backup mag to get more use out of under pressure really is the way to go in my opinion, at least in the current sandbox. You get so much more bang for your buck by learning to live with the charge time and playing around it. I'm not saying that's what I want to do, but if you want to use a high impact, that's just the way it's gonna be for now. My charge time Glacioclasm is going to be chilling in the vault until there's another tuning pass to high impacts or backup plan. I wish I had some more good news about Glacioclasm to give you, as I really love this weapon. It was my main before high impacts got nerfed. You guys saw on my under pressure roll, it had over 7,000 kills on it. Glacioclasm and other high impacts are just in a place where I feel like I'm giving myself a handicap by putting one on. I'll be looking out for any future tuning passes that might help them get out of this somewhat of a sorry state that they found themselves in. Well, that's it for me. I hope you enjoyed the review. If you did, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. We're inching closer and closer to the Witch Queen, and I still have a couple more weapons that I want to farm out before then. This has been the Swag Chef, and I'll see you in the next one.